Dating in 2025 isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, so the right connection naturally finds you. The first hack is confidence, not arrogance, not fake bravado, but the quiet strength of a man who knows his worth. When you believe in yourself, others feel it too. The second is presence. In a world addicted to distractions, giving someone your full attention is rare and magnetic. Listen more, talk less, and make them feel seen. Third, take care of yourself. Fitness, grooming, and style aren't about vanity. They're about self-respect. When you look after your body and appearance, you signal discipline and pride in who you are. Fourth, develop purpose. Nothing is more attractive than a man on a mission. When you chase goals bigger than yourself, you radiate energy that draws people in. Fifth, emotional intelligence. Learn to read the room, understand emotions, and communicate with empathy. This turns simple conversations into deep connections. Sixth, authenticity. Stop pretending to be what you think others want. The right person is searching for you, not a mask. Vulnerability, honesty, and truth are more powerful than any pickup line. And finally, growth. The man who never stops learning, improving, and evolving is always ahead. In 2025, relationships thrive when two people push each other toward greatness. Be the kind of man who inspires, uplifts, and refuses to settle. Dating hacks aren't shortcuts. They're habits that transform you from the inside out. Build confidence, live with purpose, and carry yourself with respect. When you do, attraction becomes effortless, because the right person will see in you what you've already built within yourself. Confidence, true confidence, comes from self-belief, not arrogance or pretending. Presence, giving full attention and making others feel seen, is magnetic in a distracted world. Self-care, fitness, grooming, and style show self-respect and discipline. Purpose, a man with goals and direction naturally radiates energy and attraction. Emotional intelligence and authenticity, empathy, vulnerability, and honesty build deeper connections. Growth mindset, continuous learning, and self-improvement make relationships thrive. Confidence is the foundation of attraction, success, and meaningful connection. It is not about being the loudest person in the room or forcing attention. It is about carrying yourself with calm certainty, knowing your value without needing validation. When you walk into a space with genuine confidence, people feel it before you say a word. It shows in your posture, in the way you hold eye contact, in the way you speak, without rushing or apologizing for your presence. True confidence comes from self-belief, but that belief is earned. You don't wake up one day suddenly secure. You build it brick by brick through discipline, growth, and facing challenges. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, whether it's hitting the gym, improving a skill, or standing by your principles, you strengthen your self-trust. That self-trust is the root of confidence. Without it, everything becomes performance, and people can sense when it's fake. Confidence also means not being shaken by rejection, failure, or judgment. It's understanding that your value does not decrease because someone doesn't choose you. When you believe in your worth, you don't chase approval, you attract respect. In dating especially, confidence is magnetic because it communicates stability, security, and leadership. It tells the other person, I don't need you to complete me, but I welcome you to grow with me. In 2025, where social comparison is constant and self-doubt is common, real confidence stands out more than ever. It isn't about perfection, it's about embracing who you are, flaws included, and still walking with certainty. When you build this kind of confidence, you don't just become attractive, you become unstoppable, because you no longer seek permission to shine. Presence is one of the rarest and most powerful qualities you can bring into any interaction. In today's world, people are constantly distracted by phones, notifications, and endless noise. Most conversations are half-hearted, with one eye on the screen and the other barely listening. That's why true presence is magnetic. It makes people feel valued in a way they rarely experience. When you are fully present, you're not thinking about what to say next or trying to impress. You're locked in, giving your undivided attention. Your body language shows you are engaged. Your eye contact communicates respect, and your silence allows the other person to feel heard. Presence is not about speaking more, it's about listening deeper. People don't always remember what you said, but they never forget how you made them feel. And nothing makes someone feel more special than realizing you are genuinely there with them in the moment. Presence also builds trust. When someone senses you are truly attentive, they open up, they feel safe to share, to be themselves, and to let the conversation flow naturally. This turns an ordinary interaction into a memorable connection. In dating especially, presence is the ultimate game changer. Instead of rushing to impress, you simply create a space where the other person feels seen, understood, and appreciated. The truth is, presence is rare because it requires discipline. It means silencing distractions, calming your mind, and choosing to be here, not somewhere else mentally. But once you master it, you separate yourself from the majority. In 2025, where attention is the new currency, presence is priceless. It's not about saying the perfect line, it's about showing up fully, and that simple act makes you unforgettable. Taking care of yourself is more than appearance, it's a statement of self-respect. The way you look, dress, and carry yourself speaks before you ever say a word. People instantly form impressions, and while character will always matter most, presentation often determines whether others are willing to look deeper. When you invest in your health, grooming, and style, you're telling the world that you value yourself enough to show up at your best. Fitness is a cornerstone of this. A strong body doesn't just make you look good, it makes you feel good. Exercise builds discipline, boosts confidence, and sharpens mental clarity. Grooming is another vital piece. Cleanliness, good hygiene, and attention to small details like hair, skin, and scent may seem minor, but they create an aura of someone who respects himself and others. Style, too, has power. It doesn't mean following every trend, but finding clothes that fit well, suit your personality, and make you feel confident the moment you step out the door. The deeper truth is that self-care is not vanity, it's identity. When you look in the mirror and see someone you're proud of, you carry yourself differently. That energy is what others feel. A man who neglects himself sends the message that he doesn't value his time or work. But a man who sharpens his body, maintains his appearance, and develops his style signals discipline, strength, and self-respect. In dating and in life, attraction often starts with what's visible, but it's sustained by what's within. Taking care of yourself aligns the outside with the inside. It shows that you're not only capable of respecting yourself, but you're ready to give that same respect to others. Having a purpose is one of the most attractive qualities a man can possess. Purpose is not just about having a job or a routine. It's about having a clear direction, a reason for waking up every day, and goals that push you to grow. When a man knows what he wants and is actively working toward it, he radiates energy, focus, and confidence that naturally draws others in. People are instinctively attracted to someone who is on a mission, because it signals ambition, discipline, and a life full of meaning. Purpose gives you a magnetic presence, because it shows you are more than idle time or fleeting distraction. It's the fuel behind your actions, your conversations, and your decisions. When you speak about your goals and passions, your excitement is contagious. Others feel inspired to be around someone who is committed to creating something bigger than themselves. In dating, this quality is especially powerful because it communicates stability and vision, qualities that suggest you are capable of leading, protecting, and building a life worth sharing. Having a purpose also shields you from desperate men without direction often chase validation or attention because they lack fulfillment from within. But when your life is centered on meaningful goals, your energy shifts from seeking approval to creating value. This confidence, rooted in purpose, is far more magnetic than any superficial charm or technique. In 2025, where distractions are endless and instant gratification dominates, a man with purpose stands out. He is intentional, driven, and grounded, making every interaction count. Purpose is not just attractive, it's transformative. It shapes the way you live, the people you attract, and the legacy you leave behind. A man who knows his path doesn't just enter a room, he elevates it. Emotional intelligence and authenticity are two of the most powerful tools a man can possess in building meaningful connections. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand not only your own emotions, but also the emotions of others. It allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, to read subtle cues, and to navigate conversations with empathy. When you can sense how someone feels and adjust your behavior accordingly, you create an environment of trust and comfort, which is incredibly attractive. People naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel understood and valued. Authenticity goes hand in hand with emotional intelligence. Being authentic means showing up as your true self, without masks, pretenses, or trying to meet someone else's expectation. Vulnerability, honesty, and transparency are signs of strength, not weakness. When a man is authentic, he communicates confidence and security in who he is. He doesn't need to fake charm or use manipulative tactics, because he knows that the right people will appreciate him for exactly who he is. Together, emotional intelligence and authenticity form a magnetic combination. Emotional intelligence ensures your interactions are thoughtful and attuned, while authenticity ensures they are genuine and heartfelt. In dating, these qualities make ordinary conversations feel meaningful and turn fleeting encounters into lasting impressions. People remember how you made them feel far more than what you said, and emotional intelligence allows you to shape those feelings positively. In a world where superficiality is common, the ability to connect deeply and authentically sets you apart. You don't need tricks, lines, or games. You need the awareness to understand others and the courage to be yourself. Mastering emotional intelligence and embracing authenticity not only makes you more attractive, but also ensures that the relationships you form are real, strong, and fulfilling. A growth mindset is one of the most transformative qualities a man can develop, both in life and in dating. It is the belief that you can always improve, learn, and evolve, no matter your current circumstances. A man with a growth mindset doesn't see failures as setbacks. They are lessons, challenges, or opportunities to become stronger, smarter, and more capable. This perspective creates resilience, confidence, and a magnetic energy that draws people in because it signals a life full of potential and forward momentum. In dating, a growth mindset is especially powerful. Relationships are not static. They require communication, patience, and adaptation. A man who is committed to growth actively works on himself, learns from past mistakes, and seeks to become a better partner. This self-improvement is inherently attractive because it shows dedication, maturity, and a willingness to evolve, rather than remain stagnant. People are drawn to those who inspire them to grow alongside them, creating connections that are dynamic and meaningful. A growth mindset also prevents complacency. Instead of relying on charm, looks, or temporary tactics, a man focused on growth invests in long-term development, his skills, his emotional intelligence, his purpose, and his health. This continuous improvement not only elevates his life, but also sets a standard for the relationships he attracts. The right person will be drawn to his ambition and dedication, while the wrong person naturally falls away, leaving space for authentic connection. In 2025, where distractions and instant gratification dominate, a man with a growth mindset stands out. He approaches life with curiosity, courage, and consistency, constantly evolving into the best version of himself. This mindset doesn't just make him attractive, it makes him unstoppable, capable of building a life and relationships that are meaningful, fulfilling, and resilient.